Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.
Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. This is EMEND, the Mass Media Group, and we are on our road to Reparations community show. My name is Umoya.
And I am Kim.
And I am Darlene, and we have a special guest with us today. Reggie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, Reggie, double R is in the car.
On the road to reparations.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well,
That's
we
right.
want to thank you, brother Reggie, for coming through, man. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm so blessed, man, just to get this information with y'all, man. I'm glad y'all teaching me some good stuff. I yield.
We learn from each other.
Exactly.
Amen.
All right, Kim, shall we go through some housekeeping? All right, here we go. Reparations Now doc. Reparations Now, the documentary. Go to reparationsnowdoc.com to get your behind the scenes and all that good stuff.
Reparations Now, the documentary, is also available to stream on Tubi TV. It had its official theatrical release last Juneteenth, 2023. So go ahead and give it a watch.
All right, go to etnmediagroupstore.com. That's etnmediagroupstore.com to get your latest merch. Reparations Now, cut the check, policy over party, and lineage now. Go to etnmediagroupstore.com.
Another way to support ETM Media Group is doing what you do anyways, and that is shopping on Amazon. We know we can all shop there, so just hit our ETM Amazon affiliate link before you do all your Amazon shopping to help support ETM Media Group.
And if you have not had a chance to check out the 1866 Reconstruction Treaties between the United States and Oklahoma tribes, read that we're currently reading with our good sister in the building, Friday Jones, as well as a good sister, Sharice Cryer. So really appreciate them contributing because they have a lot to contribute on this subject matter. So we are reading it. We haven't actually read the treaty yet, but we are reading the backstory behind it. So yes, check that out. Hopefully we're going to be doing another reading at the end of this month. So be on the lookout. And we also spoke with the one and only Senator Stephen Bradford, representing the 35th District. We had a conversation with the good Senator Stephen Bradford. So when you have a chance, please check that out.
And as you know, we are in full legislative cycle swing. So if there's anything you need to communicate to your state representative about, you can find them by scanning this link here, typing in your address information, and it will pull up the representative that represents the district where you live.
Okay, and as we like to do the math, because this math does work, to get these reparations bills passed, we need 41 assembly members to vote yes, 21 senators to vote yes, and one governor. And for those who may be listening and do not know, our before 50 passed out of the Senate floor with 30 votes each or more on each of those bills. So that was historically done on May 21st. So now we are going to concentrate in getting 41 assembly members to say yes and one governor to sign, and that will equal California of reparations.
Well, if you have not had a chance and you would like to get some exclusive content right here on the YouTube, even in the Mass Media Group, please sign up for a membership. We would greatly appreciate it to help support what we're doing. As well as AB 106, where's the money? This is the budget bill that was signed earlier this year in April. We are reading the budget bill. I'm actually going to think maybe reading it live throughout this week is going to be pretty early. So for those early birds that want to get up and read the bill with me, you are welcome. If not, check it out on the replay. But there's a lot of information there to unpack, and it definitely impacts us as a community and as individuals. As I said before, within the readings, that you might be able to take advantage of it, especially if you're a contractor. You might be able to subcontract with some of these cities, counties, and other organizations that have received money or are going to be receiving money. So if you have a chance, definitely take a look at it. AB 106.
All right. And let's see. Do you want to give an update, Darlene, on where the bills are going next? What we to expect with our priority reparations bills?
Yes, thank you, Kim. Tuesday, June the 11th at 9 o'clock, our bills will be heard in the State Capitol Room 447 at the California State Assembly Committee on Judiciary. So Kim and I will be there in force to give public comment. And this is, so like I said earlier, you know, the bills are passed out of Assembly. So the next legislative process to get these same bills passed out of Assembly, and this is the first stop. And as I said, this will be this Tuesday, June 11th, 9 a.m. at the State Capitol, room 447.
All right, let me see. Let me see if I can update. Oh, wait a minute. We have to get rid of some things here.
You need a couple overlays gone.
Yeah.
All
And,
right.
and while you're doing that, may I say that there is 12 members on the Judiciary Committee. We need half plus one to pass out. So we need 7 votes. We need
All right, so
7 of these members to say yay.
all right, so yes, this is, as Darlene was saying, this Tuesday, correct? Yeah, Tuesday.
Yes.
These 3 bills will be heard at the Judiciary Committee. So everybody, please show up. We're going to be streaming it live, and I believe, hopefully, we're going to have some advocates there as well in the building.
Yes. If you're in the Sacramento area, near or close to Sacramento, please come down to give a Me Too statement in support of these bills.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we want to meet the committee that we're going to be addressing? That's going to be voting on these important reparations bills.
Let's do it.
All right. We have the chair of the Judiciary Committee, Ash Kalra. Looks like he represents Santa Clara, majority of San Jose. He was a yes vote on AB 3121, so that's always good news when they voted on the initial study and recommendations bill. And he supports criminal justice reform, environmental protection, single payer healthcare system. So that is Ash, the chair of the Judiciary Committee. And there are 12 members, and we'll just introduce each one real quick. You want to go next, Darlene, with the vice chair?
Yes, the vice chair is we have let's see, Diane Dixon. She was not in office for the AB 3121 vote. She is a Republican, but we take everyone. This, a vote yes on these bills that are coming forth is a vote yes for everyone and improvement in everyone's lives, not only for descendants. She represents counties in uh, Orange, California, and cities include Huntington Beach, Laguna Hills, Lake Forest, Seal Beach, Laguna. Okay, that's okay in Alzo Vail. And she supports school safety, public safety, and she is a philanthropic. She supports that highly. And again, she was not in office. That doesn't mean that she won't vote yes. That does not mean that.
No, not at all. I'm just looking at the philanthropic, thinking with 1331, SB 1331, maybe she can help get that funding process started.
Yeah,
once
is that
we have
one take?
our-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
hmm
Well, let's just call the elephant in the room, though. The Republicans on the last California reparations related votes predominantly voted no on, I think it was 2 out of 3 of them.
Yeah, we did get one.
So
We got
did
one
get one,
Republican
yeah.
vote on SB 1050, which is the eminent domain leg of the CAFA office. Yes.
So, but yes, we'll be positive that she will vote yes
Mhm.
in this Judiciary Committee. All right, I'm assuming you want me to go, Kim. I guess I will. It was straight silence.
Yeah.
All right. Good brother Isaac Bryan, the Democratic Party, California State Assembly, District 55. At the time, he was not in office during the AB 3121 vote. He represents counties Baldwin Hills, Crenshaw District, Culver City, and Ladera Heights. Supports environmental justice, racial equality, housing justice, reimagining the criminal legal system. And let's see what else. Bryan ran for the election for the California State Assembly to represent District 55. He won in the general election on November 8th, 2022. All right.
And also, he is a CLBC member.
CLBC.
Yes, thank you for that. He is a CLBC member. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie, you want to take one? Well, we won't put Reggie on the spot like that. Okay, we'll go.
Okay. Oh,
with-
my mic was muted. I'm sorry. Okay. So what did you want me to do?
Well, just introduce this assembly member, Damon Connolly. We'll walk through this process together. Maybe you can do the next one. So we just say who they are, what party they're affiliated with, which is Democratic Party. We look at the counties that he represents: Marin, San Francisco, and Sonoma. We also take a look at what he supports: affordable housing, renewable energy, access to public transportation, infrastructure for, does that say bicycles and pedestrians? Yeah, okay. And then on the AB 3121 vote down there, as you can see, it says NIO, which means not in office at the time of the AB 3121 vote, which was back in September 2020. And that's it.
And he's not part of the COBC.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that the counties, Maria and San Francisco and Sonoma, where he supports affordable housing, and that's kind of.
I mean, that's pretty close to where you're at, right, Darlene?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was raised in San Francisco, but I certainly is nowhere I could afford to live now.
Yeah, it wasn't affordable. My daughter was attending school there either.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that Republican who voted yes on SB 1050? You guys said somebody, but I don't think you said their name.
That was Wilkes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Wilkes did. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Senator Wilkes. All right, Darlene, I believe you're up.
Okay, our next person is member Matt Haney. He is in District 17. He has counties in San Francisco. He also was a not an office person for AB 3121. And he supports, I won't read them all, but some of the main things he supports are education, mental health care, universal tenant protections, affordable housing, public safety, and economic recovery. So that's it. There's a lot going on here with him, but he was not in office. And again, he is from San Francisco, where they have, and I'd just like to point this out, Black or African Americans, they have is 6.95%, but we all agree can agree that it's closer to 4 or 3%. So.
All right, y'all want me to take this? I guess I will.
Please.
All right, Brian Manchin. He represents counties San Diego, San Marcos, Escondido, North Rancho Santa Fe. He's of the Democratic Party. California State District, Assembly Member 76. See what else here. He supports maternal mental health, disabled community, preventing gun violence and animal rights. And at the time, he was in office and voted an aye. So yes, he voted yes during AB 3121. All right, Kim, you're on mute. Do you want to take this, or you want Brother Reggie to see if he can take a stab at it?
Well, let's see if Reggie wants to take a stab at it.
Okay, I'll give it a try. It's hard for me to zoom in, but I guess her name is Tina McKinner.
Yes.
Okay, and she is a Democrat. Let's see here what I can read. Okay, counties, Los Angeles, I see. Okay, includes Gardena, Hawthorne, Inglewood, Lawndale. And I guess the AB 3121 vote, she was not in office. Let's see, what else can I read here? Yeah, I can't really see. Let's see.
Okay, well, she said, I'll pick it up here. She supports COVID-19 recovery, public education, reform, a criminal justice system, housing, and homelessness crises. And she is a CLBC member.
All right, Tina McKinner. Brother Reggie, since we are, having you, first of all, thanks again for being on the platform. And just real quick before we segue to the next assembly person. Now, you're located down there in Southern California, is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm in Riverside County.
You're Riverside. Okay, Inland Empire. Okay. Real quick question. So, just in terms of, the reparation space down there in Inland Empire, since we are talking about Southern California, what's the energy like down there, where you're located?
As far as for reparations,
Yes, sir.
oh man, total awareness. I've been boots on the ground, brother. It's not known too well out here.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. I've got some noise in the background, so if it's too
So you want me to take it?
overbearing, yeah.
And why do you have noise in the background?
Oh, there's an event going on today in the space
Oh,
that I'm at. Yeah.
can't really hear it.
You can't?
No, I don't hear it.
I mean,
Okay.
I can hear it, but it's not like annoying or anything. So it is what
Okay.
it is.
All right, live. This is what live broadcast is, huh? So we have Blanca Pacheco, and she is a Democrat. She represents counties Los Angeles and Orange. Supports accessible, affordable health care for all, standing up for immigrants, and ensuring equality for all. And she was not in office at the time of the AB 3121 vote. Um, and she has 2.37% Black people in her district.
Hmm. Okay. The next person we have is a Republican, and it is Joe Patterson. He has counties in El Dorado and Placer, supports small businesses and association on regulatory legal matters. Member Patterson was not in office during the AB 3121 vote, and the Black population is approximately 9,434 from his district, Assembly District 5.
And just real quickly to note, for those who aren't familiar with Northern California, El Dorado and Placer County is located north of Sacramento. So that's just a heads up. Kind of foresty up there ish. All right, I guess I'll go. Luis Gomez Reyes. She is of the Democratic Party, District 29. She supports increased equity and inclusion in vulnerable communities. On December 7th, 2020, Assemblymember Luis Gomez Reyes was appointed as Majority Leader of the California State Assembly, becoming the first Latina and only the fourth woman to hold the position. Supports inmate firefighters, giving them a pathway to expunge their records and pursue a career in firefighting. She was not in office at the time of AB 3121. And she represents San Bernardino.
Can we go back? She has two. She's a candidate for California State Senate District 29, but California State Assembly district is 50.
Okay, thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Darlene. And the last member on the Judiciary Committee that's going to be voting on these important reparations bills on Tuesday is Katie Sanchez. She's a Republican. She represents the counties of Orange and Riverside. She supports parental rights, public safety, fight against California's tax increases, education reform, solutions to California's public school issues, and she was not in office at the time of the AB 3121 vote. So this looks like going to be her first opportunity to vote on reparations legislation. Let's hope she makes the right choice.
As Kim says, let's manifest.
Yes.
All right, so do we want to take a closer look at these bills that we're going to be looking at on Tuesday?
And I might just add, we have only three members that were actually in office during the AB 3121 vote. Everyone else was not. Um, yes, they should do the right thing and vote yes.
And those three members were all yes votes, correct?
Yes. Mhm.
All right.
All three Dems. Mhm.
All right. So we have Senator Bradford bills here. SB 1403, which, let's see, is that correct? Government organization. Okay, I guess it is. The California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. It's currently referred to Committee on Judiciary, which will be heard this Tuesday. We also have SB 1331, the Civil Rights the Fund for Reparations and Restorative Justice, which will also be heard at the Judiciary Committee this Tuesday. And SB 1050, the California American Freedmen's Affairs Eminent Domain, which will also be heard this Tuesday. Some bills, for those who aren't aware, SB 490 is no longer part of the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. That bill is currently not being worked on. SB 1007 as well has been held in committee, and SB 1013 is also held in committee. So those three bills are currently, at least SB 490, the number, is no longer really valid right now. So that's just a heads up on those. But we do definitely have three of the main reparations related lineage based bills moving through the assembly.
Yes.
Question.
And we can also say, okay, go ahead, Reggie.
I thought the SB 490 turned into the 1403.
It did. I was just going to rephrase it a little differently.
Oh, okay.
A couple of the it was amended to SB 1403, and it just pulled some of the statutes out of SB 490 and put it in SB 1403, which is much smaller than SB 490. So you're absolutely correct.
That's correct. Thanks, Reg, for that clarification. And Arlene.
Mm-hmm.
All right, some other bills to note that's currently going through, I guess, the assembly is SCR 113, which is the Human Rights Violation and Crimes Against Humanity on African Slaves and their Descendants, from Committee Judiciary, and it's ordered a third reading. That's currently in the assembly right now, and that's the concurrent bill to ACR 135, which is the assembly bill for the human rights violations and crimes against humanity. And then, could we go back just real quick, Kim? And just to note, AB 2089 is held under submission, which means that it's currently not going through the legislative process at this particular time. And that was the collection of demographic data on the local level. So that's just a heads up on that one. And, let's just call it what it is. We got to cover what we got to cover. So let's do it. CLBC priority bills. AB 1929 is currently referred to Committee on Appropriations, so that is moving. AB 3131, the California Career Technical Education Incentive Grant Program, is also moving. That's currently in the Senate. ACA 7, that looks like it's not moving. So that's the government preferences program. So that's, I don't know where that's at, but it looks like that's not doing too much. ACR 135, the human rights violations, as I mentioned earlier, is moving through legislation. That's currently in the Committee for Judiciary. AB 1885, the hairstyles of race discrimination. That's also moving through. That's in the Senate. SB 1050, which we talked about, which is a CLBC priority bill, is referred to committee, which will be heard this Tuesday, June 11th. We have AB 3089, chattel slavery formal apology. It's currently moving through the legislation. That's currently in the looks like the Committee on Judiciary and Government. We have ACA 8, slavery, which is moving through the legislation as well. We have AB 1986, state prisons and banned books, which is also moving through legislation. We have AB 2064, community violence interaction grant program, which is moving through the Senate. We have the Medi-Cal, medically supportive food and nutrition interventions, AB 1975, which is moving through the Senate. SB 1089, food and prescription access, grocery and pharmacy closures, is in the Assembly. And we have AB 2862, Department of Consumer Affairs, African American applicants, is currently in the Senate and is moving through legislation. And AB 280, which is a CLBC priority, unfortunately has been ordered to inactive status. So that was in the Senate, but that's currently inactive right now. So those are the updates for the CLBC priority bills.
So can I add something? The AC 8 is that about incarceration?
Yeah, that's the one with the involuntary servitude. So yeah, so that's correct. I think
Gotcha.
Kim and Darlene, please confirm. I think that's also being heard. Is it this week? ACA 8.
It's also being heard on Tuesday, but
Okay.
in a different committee than the Judiciary.
Right.
Yes, the city's committee on public safety, the same day at 8:30.
Yeah, we probably won't be streaming that one live just because I know the other three bills are going to be held at 9 o'clock. So it'd be, I mean, we don't know what's going to go on with ACA 8. I mean, it could run over into the other stream. And so we're just going to be streaming the SB 1331, 1403, and 1050. All right. So let's
Okay.
see, what else do we have here?
Let's see. Darlene created a couple of slides. Do you want to talk about those?
Yes, thank you, Kim. And it just came up when Kim and I was at the Capitol visiting our members, and I just didn't know what a legislative director was, so I had to come home and look it up. And here it is. The legislative director will develop ideas for legislation, draft legislation, devise legislative advocacy strategies, find bill authors, lobby, testify at legislative hearings, build coalitions, negotiate amendments, and manage all other parts of the legislative process. Along with the chief of staff, supervise the staff, including interns and fellows assigned to assist with legislation. Qualifications: minimum of 4 to 6 years of legislative and budget experience, excellent oral and written communication skills, and strong policy and legislative process background required. Candidates must have the ability to manage multiple projects, thrive under deadlines, and work well in a team environment. And as we were making our way through the members of the Judiciary Committee, this is who we wanted to speak to if they were present. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't even know what they are, but they are very high on the totem pole. And we definitely want to always make ourselves known to this person. And the next slide is, and this is a little different from what I spoke about the other day. I found this on another website. As you can see, I gave the source. How much does a legislative director make in California? The average legislative director's salary in California is $233,321 as of May 28, 2024. But the range typically falls between 201,947 and 271,847. Salary ranges can vary widely depending on the city and many other important factors, including education, certification, additional skills, the numbers of years you have spent in your profession. And I just think this is like a great source of information that we can get some up and coming young descendants to look at, because I think Chris said it, who's in office is what's going to push these bills. And we need to have more people looking like us who are descendants in these positions. Typically, the salary is not bad at all, if I might add.
Right. I mean, interesting enough, it looks like these salaries are higher than the actual member salaries,
Yeah.
according to the Ballotpedia stats.
Yeah. And then, other than the chief of staff, this is the go-to. This is going to be doing the recommendations to the members, and this is the face. Although the member is the face, but this is the face.
Right, behind the scenes.
The behind the scenes,
making it happen.
Making it happen. Making it happen. And that salary is nothing to. It's something to write home about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for that, Darlene, because I as we're going through this process and we're all learning, I wasn't even familiar with this particular position myself. So this is something definitely to note. And as you were saying, for those that do want to get into the political arena, this is just another step that you can take a look at, in this legislative process.
Yes, and I may add, you know what I almost called you. I may add you more. I'm looking for a particular card, and in particular, I have all my cards here. Laurel Terry, if you remember that name, Kim. He is an assembly. Yeah, he is an assembly fellow. So he's getting his, foot in that door, being a fellow. He probably was an intern, now he's a fellow, or vice versa. What he's going to be doing in the next couple of years, if he wants to, if that's his path he wants to go,
Yes, and I remember Laurel was very supportive of the reparations initiative that we presented.
Yes. So, get your foot in the door, intern, volunteer. This is, we are not in these places, and this is where we need to be.
Yep. All right. And CJAC has a call to action out about everything that we just discussed. These bills being heard in the Assembly Judiciary on Tuesday, the 11th. So what we need everybody to do is to send these letters to their representatives, letting them know that we would like support on the bills that we mentioned, SB 1403, SB 1331, and SB 1050, all being heard. CJAC has made it so easy. You just go to the link, click on it, and then put in a little bit of your information and send it off, and you will send it off. That letter will go to all 12 judiciary members at once. So it can't get any easier to that. Swing by at CJAC Official on TikTok and other social media, Instagram, Facebook, to get that information and submit your letter today.
Yes. And also, Kim, can we say that while you're visiting cjacofficial.org, sign up for the text alert. It just, you can't get too many notifications about these important historical bills that they're getting ready to pass and will be on the governor's desk.
Yes,
Yes.
sign up for the text alerts, and that way the
Mhm.
information will come directly to you. And
Mhm.
again, with those letters, what I'm talking about is going to the portal system. You will need to, no, you don't,
No,
do
no, no.
you don't even have to sign up using CJAX, huh?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's just if you're doing your own independent ones. But yeah,
Yeah.
so just click the CJAX link and get those letters over. We want to see as many letters submitted by next Tuesday when our bills go to be heard by the Judiciary Committee. So send, send, send.
And you can't send too many times. Send, as Chris says, fire at will. Yes.
All right. And you had some other news, Yamoya, you wanted to share?
Guess I need to take myself off mute
Might help.
for me to share it. All right. So Dr. Shirley Weber, Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber, has been anointed the godmother of reparations. So I ran across this article. You could do your Google search on it. I believe it was a Los Angeles Times article that was written. So, just want to give our flowers and shout out to Dr. Shirley Weber, now anointed as the godmother. Absolutely. Got to give that sister a hand clap. Because if it wasn't for her, and also we got to give a shout out to our good sister, Maureen Simmons, who was definitely instrumental in approaching Dr. Shirley Weber and her staff to get AB 3121, the California Reparations Task Force, to study reparations here in California on and popping. Yes,
Was
ma'am.
Marina actual? Was she an intern when she approached Dr. Weber? Was she interning in Dr. Weber's office?
If I'm understanding correctly, I believe she was at the time. Yeah.
Yes, she was. Absolutely.
So yeah, and I think according to
And
her
see how
story,
important that internship is?
Yep,
You
you
know
were
what I'm
just
yeah,
mentioning
saying? We were just
how important
mentioning
it is
how
to get your
important it
foot in the
is.
door.
She approached Dr. Shirley Weber.
And if I remember correctly, I mean, you go back, I believe the information is in Reparations Now, the documentary. If you watch that on Tubi TV, it's available. It was a very short term internship, I believe like 8 weeks or something like that, that they got all this done. So it's a pretty amazing story.
absolutely. So just wanted to recognize her and her work, in this space. So definitely want to give her a shout out.
Yes, me too. Yes, Queen. They call her the godmother. I call her the queen of
The queen.
reparations.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
All
But
right.
let me go back a little bit too. Can I go a little back with the call of action letters? Chris said we fire at will. I'm putting out rapid fire. We only have 6,995 as I just did a fact check. And I think we need 15,000 to 20,000. That should be our goal.
Is that the next goal, 15?
No, I'm saying I want us to get 15,000 to 20,000. No, I think the next goal would be, I think it's like 8,000, I think.
All right. Wow. Well, actually pretty close right now. So that's, saying it's a pretty good start. But yeah, definitely, brother. We definitely want those numbers. As many people, as we can get, to support these. So yeah, family.
I know
Please.
ETM sent off another one this morning, just this
I
morning.
sent out 4 myself. And may I just say something about those letters? The first time that we were in committee, Kim, for the state, and the first time I met Chris Morales from Senator Bradford's office, Chris introduced us, and he says, "Oh, Darlene Crumedy, I've forgotten every one of your letters." So they are getting them. They have to get them. So although Crumedy is an unusual name, so it wasn't that hard for him not to remember. Just for him to say that, okay, well, she's doing her job. I am doing my job. You getting them every time I think about it, every time I grab my phone. You getting a letter.
Good. I just checked. It's 12,800 is the goal now.
Woo!
All right, we've got some work to do. And that's all of us, community.
But where are we, Reggie? Where are we though? If it's where are we?
6,695 as of right now.
Okay, so double that
Hmm.
basically. Okay. Hmm.
All right. So I know we had, a couple other points to go over before we wrap it up. But I did put in the community chat. We had a great conversation with our good brother Reggie. As a matter of fact, let me share my screen real quick. Let me see here. All right, Kim. Do you mind taking off the overlay? And then we'll let me see if y'all can see the screen.
Oh man, that's classic.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you, brother.
this is a throwback. So I'm gonna play about a minute of the interview before we get out of here, because
Okay.
this is the I know we met before this time, but we didn't even actually have a chance to sit down, but we did have a chance to sit down. As a matter of fact, Brother Reggie, I think this was this at the last hearing?
This was the last hearing, my brother.
Yeah, this was at the very
Sacramento.
last hearing. Yeah, so let's play a minute or two of this clip, and
This
then
is at the headquarters, CJEC headquarters.
yes, sir. Now I don't know where I'm starting from, so we're improvising right now. So we at where we at, man.
You
All
might need
right.
to edit.
I know, right? All right, here we go.
Some people never survived it. You had some that got killed over the drug war. Some of them locked up for life. So I thank God that I'm out here.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So you mentioned, didn't go that way. So where did you end up doing? I know you saying you're cutting hair, but in between that time, was there something else that you were doing, or how did you get into the barber industry?
Oh, cutting here. Well, I used to cut when I was like in high school. Was the bathroom barber. So like when I got out of prison.
So anyway, we'll leave it there. So we want everybody to actually go. If you haven't had a chance to see it, go check that out, because my brother Reggie and I had a good good discussion at that time, man. So
The
yeah, brother.
bathroom barber. Love it.
I know.
Started in the
I had
bathroom.
to chuckle on that one. I chuckled on that one. Bathroom barber. I had to chuckle. Mhm.
Did you have anything else you wanted to touch on, Yamoya?
No, not really. I just wanted to give a brother a shout out, and just recognize his work and his dedication to this reparations movement, and just reminisce, man.
Thank you,
yeah,
thank you. Hey, salute you guys, man. I've been watching y'all from day one, man. Salute to you guys.
Salute to us all. All right. So since we are in the assembly side with our bills, I think we should revisit this so we can familiarize ourselves with some of the assembly members that will definitely be voting when we get to the floor, but depending on the committee's makeup, there may be some votes there. For this upcoming committee, Judiciary, there are none of these assembly members that voted no on AB 3121 involved in Judiciary. So that is definitely a good sign. But let's go through the list. We still have Megan Dowley, Democrat, or she's a Republican, District 1. Vince Fong has vacated his seat. He resigned. He's moving over to Congress. So that seat is currently vacant, but he was a no vote. But we don't have to worry about him anymore because he is no longer in the California legislature. We have a James Gallagher, District 3 Republican. Kevin Kiley is also over in Congress, so we don't got to worry about him. Devin Mathis, Republican, District 33. Jim Patterson, Republican, District 8. Anne Marie Waldron, Republican District 75. Remember those names in case it comes up, or if you just want to send them a little note.
All right, Kim, could you go to the assembly, the big one with all the assembly members on it, real quick? All right, so I don't want to go through every single one, but just give everyone just kind of a summary once we are heading toward the assembly floor. As Kim mentioned, Vince Fong is no longer representing District 32, and so he's
Ding dong, Vince Fong is gone.
Ding dong, he's gone, huh? So he's no longer there in that seat. I don't know if or when his seat will be filled, but right now that is empty. But just kind of overview and a recap of the AB 3121 vote. There were 31 yeses, 6 noes at the time, and 39 that were not in office, and 4 no vote recorded. So, this is what we have to be aware and keep up to date on what's going on as we're moving through the assembly to eventually get to the governor to sign. But I mean, even if we took a look at this, graphic right here, I mean, with 31,
we 10 short.
Yeah, we are 10 short.
Mm-hmm.
So for those not in office, those 39, we need some of those 39 legislators to definitely come up and give us that 10 that we need.
Yes, or whip and flip some of them no votes.
And let me give you guys your roses right now. Without this AB 3121, it will be no Tuesday. So thank you guys. Salute.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's all facts.
And also the not in office, I mean, that's quite a chunk, 39. Yeah, that's quite a chunk. We have 31 yeses. Yeah, we got to,
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead, darling.
Well, the only thing that I'm concerned with is this AB 3121 was a study. These reparation bills are actually going to do something. So I need them to keep that mindset. When you heal Black America, you heal America.
Right. It was a study, but they knew the recommendations were going to be coming along with that study. So this is no surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you guys know that this study is our Bible. This is our African American history. So if like I said, if this wasn't the past, we wouldn't have none of that. So
right. Mm-hmm. We're the closest we've ever been.
And Reggie, I was not involved with this, during the 3121 vote. I came almost a year later. So I missed all this good stuff, but like I said, we learn as we go. We meet people where they are. I was able to, I think it was that June or July before the first task force meetings. I was very fortunate at least to start there. So, this is, with the help of
it don't matter how you start. It's how you finish.
It's where you finish. Yeah, that's why we meet people where they are.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. We meet people where they are. But I was just fortunate to get it on the cup when I could attend every single one of the live meetings in person, and of course I was on a streaming one. So it's just been a wonderful journey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. So this Tuesday, June 11th, 2024, in the state capitol room, 447 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, California Judiciary Committee will be hearing these 3 bills once again: SB 1331, the Fund for Reparations and Reparative Justice, SB 1403, the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, and SB 1050, California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, racially motivated eminent domain. So yes, family, please stay tuned, be on the lookout, and let's keep this thing moving. And I think when we get closer to the assembly floor, that previous chart that you saw, we're actually going to go more into a deeper analysis and study, and just to see, you know, the likelihood of the bill getting passed during the assembly, which, you know, if we look at what the Senate floor votes were, we're looking pretty good. But yeah, we'll, as we approach and get closer, which is actually going to be coming up soon. And I think actually the next show we should actually go over once again on, I know we did the Senate side, I believe, for the that mousetrap, as Kim would call it, which is the legislative cycle map. But I think next time we'll go over the assembly side. It's pretty much the same, but we just, you know, always like to learn. So as far as that's all I have right now, family. Brother Reggie, do you want to any words before we get out of here, brother?
Yes, I just want to push to this further. After this one, we will be at the Assembly Government Committee. So that will be our next one. And then, of course, it would hit the Assembly floor with the 80 members. Then after that, it's to Governor Newsom. And there we go.
Well, there's another stop. Appropriations will definitely be in there because that's when they start crunching the numbers. Mm-hmm.
And as far as the Governmental Organization Committee, we will definitely follow this when it happens, but it may be only SB 1403 that has to get that. Maybe only that one, because it's going to change what the government looks like, what the government is going to do. So we might need to, you know, once it hits, we need to look a little closer. But I'm looking at my notes, and that may be the only one that goes there. And that's a large one. It has 16 members, so we need 8 plus 1. We need 9 votes. And then we also, everything needs to be out of policy by July the 3rd. July 16, our bills have to pass out of, which Kim just spoke of, the fiscal committee, specifically the appropriations. And then the floor vote has to happen before August 31st to be placed on the governor's desk.
Oh, thanks for clarifying that. Thank you.
Okay. But we'll look closely at the Governmental Organization Committee. So far, that's all I have on my notes at the one bill, but that could change. We don't know. So that's why we always have to, you know, keep current and abreast of everything that's going on.
Yeah, these bills are going to go through real quick, family. And I think the next show will probably maybe more focus on the legislative process and the cycle, just because we're in the assembly side right now. But it's great information. You know, I mean, we're learning, and even though we sometimes say that we like to teach, but we're all learning in this process as well. So I just want to thank everybody for coming through, and thanks, Brother Reggie, the guest, wonderful guest, and, you know, advocate in this space, man, and keep up the great work. That's it for me,
Thank
family.
You for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having you guys. Salute.
Thanks,
Thank
Reggie.
you, Reggie. It's always a pleasure. You are just so on fire as your rapid fire. You are just rapidly firing off information. Appreciate you.
That's because of you guys teaching me.
We are all learning. We're all learning. But I'm not even going to, I'm just going to say this. We will be on break. The assembly will be on break from July 3rd to sometime the first week of August.
August 4th,
I'm not saying I ain't looking forward to that break.
Hey, and thank you, Darlene, Queen Darlene. I like that name for the sidebars we've been having.
You're welcome.
Thank you for teaching me. Yes.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Kim, you got anything before we get out of here?
go back to the call to action real quick. It's active right now, so be sure to send those letters. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Okay, and Reggie, I'm going to be sending out a tweet. I'm going to use that term, rapid fire. So
Yeah, rapid fire, fire at will.
Yeah, just
Rapid
let you
fire,
know
fire
I'm about
at
to
will.
pick that one up. So when you see it,
Oh yeah.
it'll be
Rapidly fire at will.
rapidly
There
fire.
we go.
At
There we
will.
go.
Rapidly
There we go.
fire.
Grand
at-
slam.
Rapidly fire at will. I like that. I will be using that in another hour or so.
All right.
All right, family. Well, everyone have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. Those who did have a chance to tune in on live, and also those who will be tuning in on the replay. As always, stay tuned, stay informed, love life, love your family, love your friends. And on that note, as always, family, peace and reparations.
All right. Reparations
Did you ever
now.
think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.